Good morning, everyone. I am ready to create a WIP and Chat. Welcome to Elisa Maria Designs. I am Elisa Maria. Welcome if you are new. Welcome back if you are back. We are happy to have everyone here. But I'm ready to create a WIP and Chat on my recent custom canvas created by Dreamer Designs on Red Hilda, one of Gustav Klimt's model muses, who sat for a number of paintings for Klimt, and this one in particular I have never seen before. I'm getting ready to work on her. However, it is so hot. I feel like I'm on the sun right now. My air conditioner is going and there is construction work outside and it is so noisy and distracting. I am just going to paint and let you hear nothing but quiet, and I will do a voiceover and I'll tell you all about Hilda Rossell, Rossl. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, the muse for this painting and other paintings of Gustav Klimt. See you in a bit. Good morning. And yes, it is the next day because after I was done filming and getting ready to look at the video, I did my editing, and then right afterward, it was so crazy outside. It became dark. I was having flashbacks of when I lived in Florida. It was just, downpour raining. You couldn't even see out the window, sheets of rain. And, with that humid hot temperature that I had, I think I noted during the beginning of this filming, it was called for. I actually wanted to open the window, and I did today because it's so beautiful today. It's cool and there's low humidity, and I was like, oh, just to have that air conditioner and that noise off in the background. And as soon as I opened my sliding doors, somebody decided to have a conversation outside. So close the doors again. I sped up this video a little bit because I took a lot of it out because I really was struggling again with the drills, again with them sticking. It's not the quality of the drills. I do believe that when it is humid out, and I actually said something about this last summer when I was diamond painting, that there's such a change in the drills and the way that they react during different times of the weather. And so I sped this up so you really can't see how much I'm struggling. And it was really funny because there's a point like where you will see, and I didn't edit it at all. I am like on one stylus, and then I drop that and I get another stylus, and I drop that and I get another stylus. And I think like in a matter of 10 seconds, I have 4 different diamond painting styluses in my hand. And that was because, at night when I am done diamond painting, I put everything away. I clean out my styluses and I get them ready for the next day. And I was just hoping to pick one up where, is this the bullet here? Is this the one? Do I continue with the putty that's sticky and stringy, or do I go with the wax that's wet and slippery? And, I go up for the evening, and my downstairs, I don't have central air. I do leave my fan on, but when I come down in the morning, I have to turn my fan on right away. So it's probably partially the environment that my diamond painting is in, and the other half is the weather. And that's a little trick that I'm adding to my next tips and tricks. I just put the cellophane back over the diamond painting, because have you ever tried to adjust a drill and it kind of flies off into the universe? I think it actually even happens here. It may have already. I think I have a couple of, if you look over at Hilda's hat, you'll see that there's a couple of drills that kind of flew away. And so I don't tear my cellophane off. I actually keep it on the painting. So that's one reason why I do that. The second reason is because with the cellophane on top, you have a little bit more slip to moving the aligner around. And the third reason is if you're aligning your drills directly on the canvas, you're hitting the glue underneath, and you might notice that you're pulling up the glue. So I keep the cellophane on top. What I really wanted to speak about in this painting was why I chose this particular painting to have done. And I am just absolutely crazy for Klimt. And after I get done this audio and I upload this video, I will be doing more diamond painting on this particular painting. Was I always a Klimt fan? No, it was this deep dive that I did with his master class when I was doing Woman in Gold and when I was doing The Kiss, and then I was exposing myself to other artworks and his background and paintings. And this actual lady with a boa and feather hat really didn't come up until after I was done with, Woman in Gold and The Kiss and the Klimt Masterclass. I came across this painting. I think I was on a Klimt Facebook page for Klimt enthusiasts, and I saw this painting and I was like, wait a minute. I actually saw the sketchwork. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I knew that Klimt did a lot of sketches actually even before he did a painting. I think for Adela, Woman in Gold, he did hundreds of sketches before he decided, like, this is the one that I'm going to use as the foundation to paint Adela's portrait. And when I saw this, I fell in love. Now, during the process of, this wasn't the only one. And I'm actually, when I get done with this audio, I'm going back to Dreamer Designs, going back to the drawing board, and there's another Klimt that I want, but I want to ask them if they will help me with enhancements, because there's a lot of ABs that I want to add to the next one. It actually calls for it. Or I may do some research into diamond painting with sparklers and look at the painting and look at the sparklers. But I will probably have to order the painting before I can actually order the sparklers to really switch them out. And, I have Anthony from Single and Placing for lighting this fire under my tail feather because he does the same thing. I just saw an unboxing that he did, and I kind of stepped away because a lot of times it's background noise that I'm like listening to, and I kind of stepped away from what Anthony was saying. When I came back, he had all his sparklers out and he was talking about what he was going to do with this painting. So I may just order the painting. I may ask Dreamer Designs to help me with enhancing it, but I am definitely going to go because diamond painting with sparklers has, special cut diamonds that I think call for this painting. So before I run out of time here, because also, Foofy alert, he was tapping me on the shoulder, on my forearm, I mean, when I was painting, and I was like, do they see him? But, I know everybody needs to have their, like, little Foofy moment, so there he is. When I was, I had to think about where I was for a second, but when I was diamond painting, there was a knock at the door and I heard my mailbox, and my guy is really good about letting me know there's a package outside, and it was from Patsy's Putty. So I'm going to be opening up that package at the end, the last 10 minutes of this video, so before I run out of time. So yes, of all the paintings that I saw of Klimt and the paintings that I actually put in my own personal file that I knew I was going to get diamond paintings made. And when I saw this woman in boa with, feather hat, hat with feathers, or I can't remember the exact names. Sometimes I see it as lady with feather boa and hat. And then sometimes I see it lady with boa and feather hat. So when I saw this, I just love that shot of purple. I love the darkness of it. And I love that shot of purple up against that bright red hair. And I just love Hilda. I hope I'm not murdering her last name. Russell, or SSL is her name. I just loved her face, and you'll be able to pick her face out in most of Klimt's paintings, even if her face does not match the body, because Klimt did that often. Also, he would switch body types with faces, but it's a sure bet that if his model in a painting had red hair, it was 9 times out of 10 Hilda. I can see why Klimt fell in love with this. There's more than her just being a pretty face. I mean, of course, you're looking at a painting, but there's something that comes across when you look at her. And I think I'm going to add probably one of the only few photographs that I found of Hilda. Other than a painting, I can't really find very many photographs of her, but I did find a few, so I'm going to pop them up now. You can see that she was a very pretty girl. She may have even been modeling, but it's this one that I love of her. She looks younger. This looks like a Renaissance fair that she may have been a part of. Beautiful face. And you can see those very distinctive features in her face. I would have loved to have seen this in color with that blazing red hair and the garland of flowers around her head, but you can see her features and you can see how that is her face in this painting. Hilda was often referred to as Red Hilda, and she was a prominent model for Klimt and known for her striking red hair. She was one of several muses who posed for Klimt during his career, and she contributed to some of his most famous works. One of them is of Danae, and you can see again the distinctive features and red hair are so evident in the painting, which depicts the mythological story of Danae. There were a few paintings that do reference Hilda as the model, but I liked the paintings that had more of a her distinct features. And the goldfish is one of the paintings that I really love also. I love this painting. The goldfish is a symbolist, an Art Nouveau, oil on canvas, and the gold leaf that is so famous by Gustav Klimt. That was around 1901, 1902. It is in a museum in Switzerland, which is interesting because most of his work is in the museum in Prague. The image is public domain, and it is tagged under women and the nude in art. And it seems that Hilda posed primarily nude in a lot of his paintings, but again, as I was pointing out in the beginning, I think he used her face, but he may have used a different body or made her more voluptuous. I also think that this may have been part of Sea Serpent. I think that that's her also. This is Sea Serpent, and both of them are scroll-like. They're long, they're elongated paintings, and they have that Japanese wood blocking effect that Klimt loved so much. There, of course, is the painting that I am working on, and you can see a picture of it in the lower right-hand corner, a lady with hat and feather boa. This was around 1909. Features Hilda, of course, Red Hilda. And it just showcases her striking red hair, and there's an elegant presence about her. The luxurious feather boa and hat. Her features are very distinct, and just the opulent style of the painting reflect Klimt's approach to painting a portrait where he emphasizes both her beauty and her sensuality, having the boa, partially cover the mouth, the eyes peeking out. I mean, the composition of the painting was what drew me to want to have this done into a diamond painting. And there's a lot more to this painting in the background, and I just cut out all the busyness of a Paris street, I would imagine, that is behind her. I really just wanted to focus on that beautiful feather hat and the composition of her face. I think this may also be Red Hilda. It's very much compared to Woman with a Hat and Feather Boa. This is just Woman with a Feather Hat. And I should have kept that up a little bit longer. I believe that it has an influence of Egon Schiele, and he's another Australian painter, and I think that they may have been friends, and you could see the influence of Egon Schiele in that painting. To me, if I didn't know that that was a Klimt, I would think it was an Egon Schiele. You could see so much of his influence in that painting. And then, after, picking out the paintings that I wanted to highlight about Red Hilda in this WIP and Chat, I wanted to know just a little bit more about her. And it just seems to be that, like, her legacy remains as her contribution to Klimt's iconic paintings. There was no evidence that she posed for any other paintings beside Gustav Klimt. And, she did have fame and recognition primarily from her association with Klimt and the significant role she played as his model. We know that Klimt had, I wondered, Klimt had a lot of affairs and a lot of lovers. And I don't know, and I don't know if there's any information if she was maybe one of his paramours. But I love that he just focused on her distinctive features. I love that there's so many memorable paintings of her and her red hair. If there were any instances of her posing for other artists, I can't think of any that come to mind other than the Botticelli. And I don't think that that's her. It's like the only other painting that I could think of where there was red hair. I also love that picture of her when she was younger, and it looks like she may be on stage. Was she part of a fair? Was she part of because it reminds me of the Renaissance fair, the way that you get dressed up. Was she on stage? Was she part of a play? Was she an actress or a dancer? So I heard my mail carrier, so I took a break, and I needed one anyway because this weather, I don't know if diamond painting is even suitable for hot weather because it becomes so difficult with the putty getting stringy, and the wax is getting slippery because it's sweating a little bit. So I heard someone at my door, and it was the mail carrier, and he has my Patsy putty hiding my address. So let's open it. Let's give it a whirl for the last few minutes of this video. I hope I'm talking about something interesting. I think I cut myself off just to conclude about Red Hilda. There was no evidence that she was, an actress or a dancer, and that, her primary association was through the art world and through Klimt. I couldn't find any information about her family other than, her modeling work. That was all the information that I was able to find about this beautiful girl that has been, just memorialized through Klimt's artwork and being his muse. Other than that, Red Hilda's life is a mystery. And not knowing anything else about her just adds another layer of mystery to this iconic muse. I think I was looking to be talking about basically Red Hilda in the beginning. Seriously the best smelling male ever. Thank you. Thank you, Patsy Putty. I heard a lot about this on Etsy, and I am so excited to get this. Here we go. How adorable. I have to take these glasses off. I can't see with them. I can't see without them. Of course, my address had to be right up top, right? Shipped to Lisa Pescator. Patsy Putty Mango Diamond Painting Putty. Limit 2. So between the item being $9, shipping and tax, it was $14.34. How cute. You are the heart of my business. Thanks for your support. Well, you're very welcome, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. I absolutely do. Beautiful. I love these little organza bags. Oh, yummy. Thank you for supporting my business. Your order made my day. Patsy Putty on Facebook. I should say that on Facebook. Yep. Scan us to join us on Facebook and shop on Etsy. Oh gosh. Foofy. Keep it happy always. And I just want to learn how to read. Well, my husband does both. He reads and plays the guitar, and yummy lifesavers. Here we go. Patsy Putty. What nice marketing and labeling. Ingredients: putty, mica powder, and fragrance oil. The scent is mango, and I believe, oh, it smells like a mango. It's nice and thick. It's a beautiful color. Let's get to business, because I heard that this putty is amazing. So I am going to clean out. Do I want to clean out this one? Let's clean out this one. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Okay. Trash. Okay, Patsy Putty, you're on. This is your show right now. Because I am getting, well, it's soft. I'm getting exhausted with my putties since this heat wave hit. And it's cool in my home. That was probably the easiest load I've ever made in my life. Okay, very nice. Let's put you back in the package. And I will be keeping you close. Okay, let's get crack-a-lack in here. I'm going to put some more drills in here. Yep. I really want to get this one out here. This is like one of my favorite placers. Okay. I love this black pen, but I love it more just for setting ABs because it's so heavy. And I think at times it does make my hand tired. Okay, it's not sticking to my drills, nor is it sticking to the other drills. I was replacing a lot of black drills, and I think when I was placing, it was pulling up the drills that were already placed. I was like, what the heck is going on? It really is a very nice putty. I think I'm loving it. And the smell is not overwhelming. It has the, I thought, like, you know, when people were talking about the aroma, I thought it was going to have this very overwhelming smell of mango. Which, you know, when you're dealing with essential oils, and I know as a yoga teacher, the smells can be cloying, and it can bother one person. And, you know, you might be diamond painting with other people, too. Because I have one, and I love it, and I love the company. But
it's really, the smell, it gets to be, as much as I love it, it gets to be overwhelming, and I'm like, I gotta put this pen away. I gotta get a new pen. And if you've noticed, I always have a lot of pens out because my hand gets like my hand will get tired of this one eventually, or my fingers are starting to feel cramped. Oh my god, the noise today outside is incredible, which is why I had you guys on silent. Am I diamond painting faster than I was this whole time? Because I feel like I am. Not that I want to diamond paint faster. I just don't want to be like getting, you know, rammy, because my putty is, or my wax is all over the place. I was picking it off of drills. I don't like doing that either. I really do not like picking wax up off of drills. Well, I have to say it's probably the fastest I diamond painted since the time that we started. So thank you. Is it Patty? Patsy Putty. I love the color too. It's so summery. Orange is a very happy color. You have a tab on you. I'm not even going to bother. Was that a big piece of? Here's another little piece. I confiscated my husband's mother's antique ashtrays, and I'm like, why are these just hidden upstairs? I'm putting them on my desk and I'm using them as a trash tray. I even have her old lighter from the 40s. And I have to say that when Patsy said that this got mailed out, she said, you know, expect your delivery Wednesday. She wasn't kidding. I was hoping. I heard my mailbox open. I almost didn't want to go near the door and just be disappointed. Well, it's not sticking. It's not leaving a residue. It's not too loud either. And I can't remember if she's known for her low humidity or high humidity, would it be? Putty, or if this is a special one. I guess it would say it on there if it was, because I think I did go for like, I just couldn't take, when I was ordering it, I just couldn't take it. I was like, oh my god, the putty is so stringy and wet, and it's making me insane. Not a lot of overflow. It's still nice. I gotta get some in the corner there. Anybody else have a problem with their corners? I always have a problem with my corners, and I pick up on my corners a lot. Oh wow, I can't believe how quickly I finished this section, because I was ready to take a break. I think you heard me, see me wave my hands, and then I heard the mailman. Wow. And I misplaced a lot of drills too, because, you know, I was getting bonkers. I even took the magnifying glass out. Black for me is not an easy color to place, and you can tell I have a ton of it in this painting, and the first drill section was just camouflage. It looks like camouflage from here. It was just confetti. This one, not that bad, but I'm waiting to get to the bigger, juicier parts that are not confetti. I think I'm confettied out these days, and I think also I am not displaying the tips and tricks that I have for confetti just yet, because I have to nail that class down. And you know, I could tell that, you know, I didn't want to have to explain what it was that I was doing, because I want that to be part of the confetti tips and tricks that I'm doing. And these 2 blocks would have been great for me to do that class, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to finish this row. I'm going to fine tune what it is that I already have. And if you are a confetti lover, I have to tell you, over the weekend I tried to do my self-care Sunday, and I try and check in on the diamond painters that I follow, and it had been a while since I had checked in on Lizette, and I came on the right day. No, it wasn't the right day, because she had unboxed 4 diamond paintings that she received, and so now she is at her stash limit. What is that? Well, Lizette had like 24 paintings in her stash, and she said, I'm not buying any more until I finish these 24, and she did. And from that, she birthed a system where she doesn't go over 24. So she might get one done, and then she'll allow herself to buy another. But I think she's at her 24 limit. But as I was roaming around her site, I saw that she had an update on a Josephine Wall that she is doing, and let me tell you, it took my breath away when she pulled the camera back. She's only got 1/4 of a section of the painting done, which would be an average Diamond Art Club painting for us. She's got 1 section done, and I just, it's so much, I want to say camouflage. Why am I saying that? Confetti. It is so much confetti. I'm like, she amazes me. And she has her own, way of working. So if you are a confetti lover, or you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, please go over to Lizette Crafts and Tells. And she's just adorable. You will love her. And check out this Josephine Wall. I think she's done more than one. If I bought one, you would not see me for another year, maybe 24 months, 2 years. I couldn't handle. I could barely handle this little section that was giving me a hard time. But I will. It's a thumbs up for me from Patsy's Putty, and I give you my honest opinion. I would hate to see someone go out and spend money because I said something was good, and it really wasn't. The smell is not overwhelming at all. I mean, I barely smell it. It's not heavy mango, but it's there, and it's soft, but it's not sticking to my other drills, and it's not sticking to the drills, even with this humid weather. So I'm going to bid you adieu. Tomorrow is Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to be here on Thursday. I'll be doing something else. I have some other things in the works. I'm working on Buy Me a Coffee. I have 2 videos that are unlisted on this channel. You might be able to see them because the playlist is public, but the videos are unlisted, and that's what I'm doing, and they are available on Buy Me a Coffee. Once I get that site up and running, it's bits and pieces. I'm a one-man show. I take off one hat, I put another hat on, take off that hat, put another hat on. So I'm trying to nail everything down. So tomorrow might be my day just to work on my other socials. Anyway, it was so good to be here. I am in love with Red Hilda. I hope I made you love her too. I don't know what I talked about, but I know I love her. And I will see you, as always, in the next one. Create the world that you want to live in, the world that you envision for yourself. And I will again see you in the next one.